Hi everyone. I'm going to introduce you someone who's has a unique background. Although in real estate has a pretty unique background. I don't know how much you'll go into his background, but let me introduce you to George Roberts. George, please kind of explain about your background. And you see, you have a long history in real estate too, so kind of I guess meld both in.
Sure. So I started my professional career in bioscience. I started out in the field of microbiology and genomics, completed a PhD, and really just loved the world of research. Uh, the world of academia, not so much. So after doing some postdoctoral research in physiology and more work in genomics, I sought a position in I sought an academia in industry. I realized just what a wonderful opportunity it is to be in technology. So I learned how to program, and I realized, well, now what can you do with these skills? If you have a background in in programming, empirical science, you love data and statistics, what do you do? So I became a data scientist, and I was very happy to find a position at a mortgage company. So I had the opportunity to meld that with finance as well. So to get to how that leads to real estate, um, well, we all remember this Great Recession, right? What are you supposed to do with your home in the Great Recession? You can hardly sell it, or what you can sell it for is a pittance. So we did what many people did. We became accidental landlords, kept the family home, moved on to larger quarters as the family grew, and realized that landlording is a great business. At one point, the wife said, "Hey, I think this area is declining. I think we should sell this," and I agreed. And it was realizing what a mistake it was to sell that one rental property and all of the income that that brought. And I was already at a point in my life where I considered that wealth is not a number. It's not how big your bank account is. It's it's the money you've got coming in. And even knowing that ahead of time, I was just shocked at what a great business it is and how passive it can be. And so I couldn't wait to get back in, but I knew I couldn't do it the way I'd done before, right? Because we all know the problem with single family is it doesn't really scale.
Mhm.
You you get a few houses, and then all of a sudden you can't do your day job anymore, and you have to choose, and that's not good for somebody like me. I worked all too hard to enter the field of science and to become a scholar, and then to become a data scientist. I just literally can't be chasing tenants all day.
Mhm.
So I realized, again, just like the idea behind data science, right? Data science, you're handling data at scale. Well, I look at multifamily, that is real estate at scale. You're using these economies of scale, and you're allowing yourself essentially just to leverage the brain, right?
Mhm.
Making the deals, dealing with people, finding the right team. And so for me, that was the perfect fit.
Gotcha. All right. So now, fast forward, now you're getting into multifamily syndication, right? So, with that being said, obviously, you didn't mention your construction background too. So, I don't know if you want to mention that.
Right. So yeah, we can back up. So 2016, my sister and I, we decided that we start a construction company. So this didn't come out of the blue. My father, he had bought some really great land in Troy, Michigan, in an extraordinarily great school district, a city that's just growing by leaps and bounds.
Mhm.
And then comes the recession in 2008. It doesn't make any sense to build.
Mhm.
So what are you going to do? He had to sit on the land,
Mhm.
and then very sadly, the final day came, and he was not able to live his dreams. So
Mhm.
the sister and I, we decided, well, we are going to live this dream. So my brother-in-law,
Mhm.
he had a background in management, and he worked with his hands all his life. He was in tool and die.
Mhm.
He had the ability and the desire to get the builder's license, and we just decided to go for it, and things have gone just amazingly well, through the recession and through many other stumbling blocks that any new business faces. We were able to get approved for a cluster development in Troy, and this was extraordinarily lucrative. It
Mhm.
means that we get to build more units, and
Mhm.
we give a little green space back to the city.
Mhm.
We made a sale in 2019, and we're hoping to make two more sales
Mhm.
this week. So it's just an amazing journey. So yeah,
Mhm.
many facets to the real estate story.
Mhm.
But I realized though that I really needed something I could make my own.
Mhm.
And so as we launched the company,
Mhm.
I was able to sort of move to the side and not have to work on the day to day anymore. But I
Mhm.
miss the entrepreneurship. So what am I going to do? Well, I know real estate, so it's going to be multifamily.
Gotcha.
So I found a great group of people. I went to just about every meetup. I
Mhm.
did what everybody does, right? You watch 10,000 YouTube videos, you go to 300 meetups, you meet everybody, and you decide who you're going to work with, what you're going to do.
Mhm.
I found this great group of people,
Mhm.
and we did what everyone else does, right? You underwrite 100 deals
Mhm.
because that's what it takes, right? You underwrite 100 deals, and maybe you make a couple offers, and
Mhm.
maybe something goes through. So we go through this great big song and dance, and finally we get this 14 unit in Orlando,
Mhm.
an amazing place,
Mhm.
a place growing by leaps and bounds. Everybody's moving to Florida,
Mhm.
um, and moreover has been hit by COVID, right?
Mhm.
So we actually got a bit of a price discount. So we get in at the right market, the
Mhm.
right time,
Mhm.
and guess what? The place is a real project, right? It's what you call a reposition. That's the nice term for it, right?
Mhm.
But we have the perfect team, right? I got somebody on the team who's got 30 years of running construction.
Mhm.
And so we're turning it around. We're getting ready to offer our first turned unit.
Mhm.
That should hopefully happen early February.
Mhm.
And it's a great story. So it leads right into the next step, right?
Mhm.
Which is syndication. So if you can find the deals, you can find brokers that are willing to send you the off market deals. You know how to underwrite them.
Mhm.
You know how to turn the property. You can run the construction.
Mhm.
So what do? Right? The obvious thing is you want to bring those investors on and give them the opportunity, right?
Mhm.
You know, let's say you're looking at busy professionals. You figure out who you're looking at.
Mhm.
Uh, you know, you help busy professionals with 401ks just crush stock market returns
Mhm.
by investing in apartments
Mhm.
so that they can retire early and do the things they really want to do with life. So
Mhm.
so then you go up and you build up that part of the business right now, and that's where we're at right now. We've got deals,
Mhm.
we've got investors, and we're looking to bring the two together,
Mhm.
and hopefully very soon have that first great big syndication.
Gotcha, gotcha. Well, that leads to the next question. You probably already answered the question, but so who would you like to connect, or who can you help? Who are you
Right.
looking to connect to?
Right. So I'd love to connect with more accredited investors,
Mhm.
people who are skilled at raising money,
Mhm.
and also
Mhm.
brokers that have those great off-market deals
Mhm.
in Central Florida, talking mainly about Orlando and Tampa, but anything in between. That I-4 corridor is just amazing.
Mhm.
So those are the sorts of people that I feel can help me get to that next level.
Mhm. Gotcha. Awesome. All right. Then the for third question, or yeah, third question. We'll get into personal development. So, what inspires you to get up and do what you do every day? Although you also might have answered this, but yeah, please answer that.
Sure. I think a lot of things. Like first of all,
Mhm.
I want to I want to help my community. Okay. So being able to contribute to the community, that's a huge thing for me.
Mhm.
I'm at a point in my life where I have enough stuff.
Mhm.
So what do, right? You got to continue to work for something that you can leave a legacy for your children,
Mhm.
leave a good, just leave a good impression, right?
Mhm.
Make a good example, right? It's not like, well, dad got a lot of money and, now he's retired early and he just sits around the house.
Uh-huh.
That's not good, right?
Uh-huh.
So I would say contributing to my community. But just last week, I volunteered twice to
Mhm.
deliver the COVID vaccine, and for me that was very meaningful.
Mhm.
It's just great to give back,
Mhm.
and to realize that almost all of us in America, we have way more than we already need.
Right.
So you got to find that something bigger than you.
Mhm.
But in terms of personal development, also I just love to learn something new every day. Like right now, I'm learning Russian.
Right.
And it's fascinating because I'd never mastered the Cyrillic alphabet.
Oh, gotcha.
And just to see that great big swath of territory,
Mhm.
mainly of the former Soviet Union, that you can even just read the map and see the place names and get an idea in the original script. That's fascinating.
Mhm.
And so yeah, learning something every day that inspires me.
Mhm.
And then on the professional side, I'm learning podcasting. So that's the next big step for me.
Right. Gotcha.
Getting those investors in
Mhm.
podcasts, we all know that's number one way to do it.
Okay. Gotcha. Awesome. All right. So, with that, one tip you can share, with all the learning you did, what's the one tip you can share that people can use it in their personal or professional life that helped you too?
Sure. I want to say determination.
Mhm,
When I look back, none of the things I would have accomplished, PhD or being able to
mhm,
change fields, being able to move fields,
mhm,
even to go from genomics
mhm,
to physiology
mhm,
and microbiology, all these things. Just stick with it. Whatever you pick up,
mhm.
stick with it, and you'll succeed.
Awesome. That's a great tip. Yeah. Nothing succeeds like persistence, right? Awesome. All right. Thank you, George, for taking the time. I'll be posting whatever his info is. If you're seeing this on YouTube, it'll be in the about section. If you see it on LinkedIn, I'll post it, tag him and post him in the post with the post. So please reach out to him. Whatever he said, resonates with you. Reach out to him, and you'll be able to connect and maybe listen to his podcast as soon as it comes. All right.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Raju. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.